Man, I just love to fabricate, don't you? I mean, even if it's just a simple little thing like some brackets to hold your trans cooler and fan unit, you know, even just a simple little thing like that. It just brings a lot of pleasure just to fabricate something. Alright, let's drill that out, bolt that up, tack it into place on the same mount that holds the rodinator. And we're going to be in business as soon as we get her wired up. Poor man's ATV. Man, look at all that smoke. Y'all see that? Hope it don't cause you any breathing problems. I can hear it in my voice, so I'm getting a little scratchy because it's getting pretty bad up here. But there's about 150 fires going up in BC, British Columbia. And it was something like almost 500,000 acres, I think. It told it in hectares, and I just kind of did the math in my head, but I'm probably not exactly right. Anyway, a lot of fires, a lot of smoke, and it's rolling down the Okanagan into our valley here. And it's so hot out here in the daytime I can't work in the shop. It's just too miserable. It's about 8 o'clock now. Yeah. So, hey, that's right, I changed that clock. That one's correct. And old Ratfink over there, he's on standard time, and this is on daylight savings time. Anyway, it's cooled off a little bit out here. It's still pretty hot, but I'm gonna turn my #1 fan on, my biggest fan over there, and see if I can get into something out here. I have the blood of life here. I was on the phone a little bit ago with Mr. Heavy Chevy, and we were discussing these lines and air lines and valves and how it's all set up and what it does and what makes it do what it does. And he said at first little Mrs. truck was picking up one side first on the front and then one side on the back, and then it would level up. And I don't know how much air it takes to make it level up, if it levels up at ride height or if it has to be pumped all the way up, bagged up to ride level. But anyway, he ran to the front with a bigger hose, and then he teed off and went from the driver's side over to the other side, I think. I don't know, one side or the other. And so it gets to one bag first and airs it up first, I guess. I don't know. That seems to be what maybe is happening. But I don't think it's too bad. He said it just comes up a little bit faster on one side. But that would, you know, that bugged me to no end. I really like having the controls where I can put exactly the same pressure in each bag, and I've got those dual needle gauges that tells me the pressure in every bag, and I can even them all up, and I know for a fact that it's level, and I kind of like that. I like having that control and that option. But I'm going to try this since mine will tee off directly out of the valve. I'm going to try to get rid of 8 valves and go to 4. I'm going to try to tee off and go to the front. And since I have a hose run up each side independently to the front bag over there and independently to the front bag over here, it's going to tee right out of the solenoid. So I think it'll be okay. It's worth a try. I'll try that first before I go spending the money on those other valves, because they're not cheap. They are about 40 bucks a piece, I believe, but they're good. These are just junk. I guess I've whined about that before, so I won't get into it, but I think I'm going to try and get in some. I'm already sweating out here. I don't know how far I'll get. We're headed for 106 to 108 degrees by Thursday, I think, and it's most of August is not going to be a whole lot better than that. I know I did a marathon video thing yesterday or day before, whenever it was. I just sat down. I had all that footage I'd taken before my grandkids came, and I was talking about in June, and somebody thought I meant August, but no, I meant June or July, because I took the video in June. So I had a bunch of video piled up, and I needed to get it cleaned up and caught up, so I just started throwing those videos up. I know I overdid it, but I'll back off a little bit for you guys and give you some relief. And all right, what I have to gone up and went and did right now is to pick that thing up and pull it forward and get it positioned to get on the lift. And I think first I need to move that toolbox and that storage box and make a little room. And you know, it's about almost 9 o'clock and it's cooled off. It's fairly pleasant. So I'm going to crank up old click and clack here pretty soon and see if I can't do a little wrenching. Well, my hat don't hang on the same nail too long. Ears can't stand to hear the same old song. I don't leave the highway long enough to walk down in the mud. Got that rambling fever in my blood. Well, caught that rambling fever long ago. First time I heard a lonesome whistle blow. Hi. Hey, what's going on here? Clear. Yep, honey. Y'all's probably seen enough of that. You don't need to watch me put it on the lift. Okay, been working on the rat rod quite a bit. Actually, I'm just now back to where I should have been about a week ago. But I redid some things. Redid the radiator, redid the air valves, and just now got them done. So they went together pretty good. They're a lot better than these things. If you ever do this stuff, don't buy these cheap things you find on eBay. They're all the same. They come from the same place in China, and people just slap their name on them, Buy Air or Air Max or whatever. But these are the good ones, and they went together real well. Wiring was kind of a pain because I had them labeled. I had some labels on the loom, and then a couple of the loom slipped off, and it got a little bit confusing. But the hard part was those switches up there that control these solenoids. They're momentary switches, and I didn't have anybody here to throw the switch so I could test the wires and see which one was hot and on a given switch. And I wound up putting a piece of baling wire up on top and pulling the switch up and wrapping a wire around it and holding it on, and then pick the truck up and get under there and test it until I found it. because I wanted to use just 2 switches. I wanted to use those 2 on the right. Now before, those 2 on the right was up rear and down rear, but I'm using those now, just 1 switch for the rear and 1 for the front. So that gives my switches on the left that I can use for something else. Anyway, so then I'd have to pick it up or let it back down and go up there and wrap some electrical tape around that switch and pull it down and tape it to the windshield and hold it down and pick the truck back up and go in there and test it. Let it back down and do the other switch and on. And that took a while, but I finally got it done. And it seems to be holding air pretty good. There's the rear, I think, is leaking off just a tiny bit. And you see I got my soapy water out here, but I don't feel like chasing air leaks right now. You got to be in the right frame of mind for that. It's a pain. Boy, there's a lot of places to leak, but it's not bad. I'll find it. It's minor. Anyway, I just don't feel like doing that right now. I want to do something new. I want to do something else. I've been messing with that air too long. So, getting burnt out on that. I need to trade off. I think I might start working on my floor. I want to get some kind of a metal framework in there, and then I've got some plywood that I picked up today. I'm going to do a plywood subfloor, and after that I could probably bolt the seat down and maybe drive it a little bit. I'd still like to have, even though I have that cage in there, I'd still like to have some kind of a cover over that drive shaft. I don't know. I think I'd just feel better about it if I had something in there, even if it's temporary. And I got gauges to mount, and I got to clean that engine up, and on and on and on. You know, it just goes forever. And got to put that nose piece on, but after I do the floor, what I'm going to do is probably start on this piece here, filling this area in with the copper and the mesh like I did back there. I think that looks pretty cool. I think it's going to look good up here. And I've already figured out how I'm going to come around my pipes and all that stuff. But it sure is fun. I was visiting with a YouTuber and a subscriber, I guess, and he was talking about not having a place to do it, or he said something about not having the skill, and I said, well, in my case, it's 10% skill and 90% just want it. It's want to, you know. I've just got the want to. I've got the desire. Not necessarily know how to do it or have the skill to do it, but I don't let that stop me. Just jump in and do it because I want to build it. And it's coming along. So I appreciate everybody following along, and all the kind words and the encouragement means a lot. So I'll talk to you later, and I'll try not to put up too many videos all at one time. See ya. Appreciate you. That's P-R-E-C-I-A-T-E. Appreciate you.
Crazy arms that reach for somebody new. My yearning heart